Because if your whole
also,
if your whole point is to say that the wisdom of God is foolishness to the world, as a way of saying, hey, if somebody says logical reasoning is X, but I have this God-based belief and I don't have to pay attention to that, then we're never going to agree. We have nothing to talk about.
Now that you've seen the Carvana app, any questions?
Hi, Becky here. What if I have a small budget?
No problem. Carvana lets you customize your down.
on top of that, if we assume the Bible is true, then atheists would by definition be wrong or insufficient. We should believe it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's totally possible that Christianity is true, and that by your presuppositions,
it's totally possible.
True. But how do you?
What presupposition do I have that's getting in the way of me accepting that Christianity is true? And first of all, you saying that Christianity is possibly true doesn't mean that it is. We're just saying that for the sake of argument. My only concern is that it's actually true.
My argument is, if you rely on your ability to judge the evidence, you're presupposing that Christianity is false, because if it were true,
no, I'm not.
And your method would be false.
Might just cut the grass.
No, that's not true.
That pollen is out. I'm coughing and sneezing like a bitch now.
All I have to do is
Shit, got my throat all scratchy.
Now, if your claim is that if Christianity is true, then logical reasoning is no longer reliable, then that's a different thing to discuss.
Well, assuming that you can only use logical reasoning, it's assumed that there are other paths to truth, but Christianity says there are. So
I don't care. I don't care what Christianity says, because it isn't true until demonstrated that it's true. And Christianity,
you're relying on your own methods to see if it's true. If Christianity is true, then your whole process is flawed. You recognize?
No. That's the whole point. Even if Christianity is true, logical reasoning is still valid and sound.
I agree.
Okay. So you don't get to say that if Christianity is true, my whole methodology is flawed, because my whole methodology is logical reasoning. Is there a logically sound argument for Christianity?
It isn't. Just say no. Logically, no. Christianity doesn't make sense. Logically.
It's just that within the Christian framework, it's not necessarily logic that brings you to God.
Exactly. You don't need logic. You need faith.
Revelation.
It's a difference.
You're only relying on logic that you can understand.
No, sir. That suggests there's logic that's beyond our comprehension. When you just talked about faith. No, sir. You just talked about faith and grace, neither of which are logic.
Well, they're not logical to you.
They're not logic. So here, let me
say they were logic.
Let me ask you the same question we asked somebody else. Is it possible for me to believe something based on faith, and that thing I believe is wrong, that is not true?
Yeah.
And it's also possible for me to believe something based on faith, and that thing is true.
Yeah.
How do we tell which things are true or not?
Is that your question?
Yeah, I was going to add more and I stopped. How do we, so if faith can lead me to true beliefs and faith can lead me to false beliefs, then faith is not a reliable pathway to truth, and faith cannot tell me which of two positions is true. So what method must I use to determine which of those positions is true?
Which one?
A lot of children have imagination.
Wait, so you said that faith can sometimes lead you to a true belief, or to truth? Is that what you said?
You can believe something that's true based on faith, and you can believe something that's not true based on faith. And so if faith as a method leads you to something true and something not true, then faith is no method to get to truth.
Well, to say that faith is no method to get to truth is to say that the Bible is false, because it does say that faith can get you to truth.
Fine, then I will assert that if the Bible says that faith, no. Here, let me back up. I didn't say faith couldn't lead you to truth. I said that faith could lead you to something that's true and something that's not true, which means that faith is not a reliable path to truth. Simply saying, I believe faith doesn't tell us whether or not it's true.
Right, faith wouldn't work in all circumstances. Like I could have faith.
Correct. So
Faith.
faith on its own is useless.
Well, it depends on the context.
No, it doesn't depend on context. Faith on its own is useless as a path to truth. Because if I believe something based on faith, that doesn't tell me whether or not what I believe is true. So faith is not the measure of whether or not something is true.
I'd like to hear what you think the context is. What's the context that you think makes faith reliable?
I mean, I could have faith in a lot of things. Like, I could have faith that I'll get $1 million tomorrow. But faith in God is a bit different because within the Christian framework, it is faith that leads you to truth. And so to say that faith is not reliable is to already assume.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so what you're doing is question begging. You're beginning by assuming that Christianity is true, and if Christianity is true, then faith becomes a path to truth, while you've already acknowledged that faith is not a reliable path to truth. You don't get to do that.
Can I make a point? Make my point?
Sure.
So my point is, like, you can't really exclude certain paths of truth, like faith.
Yes.
Like the Bible says things like.
Yeah, why can't you?
Yes.
Why can't you?
Here, hang on. I got it perfect. Easy, Zach. Is a coin flip a reliable pathway to discerning the truth?
And that's a strange question. I would say no, though.
I would say no too, because let's say I've got two choices. I either think I'm going to get $1 million tomorrow or I'm not. So I flip a coin, and I say if it's heads, I'm going to get $1 million today. So I did a coin toss, and I have no reason to think that led me to the truth, right?
Yo, it's so hot in here.
Okay. Can you demonstrate that faith is more reliable than a coin
ain't doing
toss?
shit. Yo, I gotta buy AC tomorrow.
Well, it's hard for me to demonstrate it to you.
No, sir.
You're
That's
the one that.
not the way. No, sir. That's not the way reason works.
We just got
It's
started.
not something that's
I'm
true
gonna get
for
on
you or something
Facebook
hard to
Market real
demonstrate
quick.
to you. Can you demonstrate that faith is more reliable than a coin toss? Because everybody who's tried, including the Templeton Foundation, keeps demonstrating that faith is no more reliable than a coin toss.
$200.
Well, again, you're comparing a coin toss with like a whole religion.
No, sir, I'm not. I'm talking about methodologies and suggesting that something.
Right.
You're suggesting that something is reliable, and I'm saying that I have no demonstration that it is any more reliable than a coin toss. Can you demonstrate that?
Again, it's hard for me to demonstrate.
Then you should have called.
Give it to you by experience. Give it to you. But I'm saying you're excluding the possibility.
I'm not excluding the possibility. I'm asking for evidence for a proposition. That is not excluding the possibility.
And all they want is $100 for that
I'm
shit.
asking you for evidence that you are not giving.
Zachary, can I ask you a question? If they're, let's say they're, Zachary, let's say we've got two sets of parents, and each set has a child who's dying of childhood leukemia, and both sets of parents have faith that if they pray to God to cure their child of leukemia, that child will recover. And one child gets better, and one child does not get better. Okay?
Alright, I offered them $75 for that shit.
Or the parents whose child died.
I kick out $75 tomorrow for AC to put in this
child will
bitch.
get better.
God damn, the heat just, that bitch just came out of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, bitch, you're hot. Right back. I saying? The heat. Just made an offer, $75 for this window unit AC, because this is an old house, doesn't have central air and heat. To upgrade this motherfucker to central air and heat, man, that shit probably be like, for the unit itself, you're gonna spend about 8-9 grand just on the fucking unit, and then to have them run the fucking ductwork, cutting holes and all that shit in the walls and floors and shit to get the fucking ductwork in this bitch. I say to upgrade these old houses to fucking central air, at a minimum, at a minimum, you're looking at like 20 grand, $25,000 upgrade. If I had it, I don't know. I mean, because the heat works good, it's just gas, you know what I'm saying? That gas heat, that shit'll get you hot in the winter. That shit just expensive though. I don't know if burning the electricity with a unit like that would be more efficient. Or it could have I don't know. I think it'll be too difficult and cost too much to upgrade this shit. Like I said, I'll probably put a little bit more here and there into this house over the next couple of years and just sell this bitch. But whoever gets it after me, if you want to upgrade it, yeah, that's on you. Now, if I hit a lick and come across some money, ain't no telling. I gotta get my license done next month. I hope our state opens back up so I can just like go to the DMV, pay my little money order, take a new picture, update my info and address, and call it a fucking day. Heard something fall. I already cut the grass when I came home, so I ain't gotta. Yeah, let me. That's the only thing. I be surfing like other fucking apps and shit, and then if I don't have the YouTube up, then I really miss all the fucking comments. Yeah, let my man Puff up in here. Grass looking nice and trimmed. What kind of truck is that? That's a trash truck? And it's raining, yo. That's why I went ahead and did it, yo. Cause I already knew it was gonna rain. I was like, let me cut this motherfucking grass now. Miss Caro, I never seen those red trucks. Yo, get off my fucking property, bitch. This nigga on my yard, yo. Like a sanitation truck or something. Now, tomorrow morning, I can just get up and come straight in the studio, because if I ain't cut that grass today, I would have had to cut it tomorrow. Well, if it's raining now, I probably wouldn't be able to cut it first thing in the morning. Have to wait till the sun come out and dry that shit out a little bit. But that's why I said, let me just do that shit now. So Saturday morning, like one of the major chores is already done. Now I can just like wash clothes. I don't really think I need to go grocery shopping. I'm going car shopping tomorrow. Still looking at these cars, yo. I'm gonna go look at this fucking Lincoln MKT Sport, a 2013. It's like a big ass crossover. It's not really a SUV, but it ain't no damn car either. That shit's like it's almost like the Cadillac. I can't think of the Cadillac truck. It's just the Lincoln version of that shit. It looks nice. That shit got hella miles on it, but the dude is a private seller, and he said that he had the engine and the transmission replaced. So it's a new engine, a new transmission. That's the goddamn heart and guts of the goddamn automobile, really. And he said the body got 200,000 miles on it, but that shit is basically like a new car. And I asked him, like, why you selling this shit, though? And I just got too many cars. He said he got, like, 3 or 4 cars, and they just taking up space, so he's just trying to get rid of one of them. And I had talked to a dealership. I went and test drove a 2010 Honda Pilot. I didn't really like that shit, but they were willing to take my truck as a trade-in. And that's really what I want, because I already got 2 cars. I don't need 3 cars. And I'm not trying to pay insurance on 3 cars, so then I would have to find somebody to buy the truck off of me. And like I said, I think it'd be easier just trying to trade it in somewhere instead of me doing a private sale. But, man, I had that shit sitting forever. Ain't nobody gonna want that shit, really. It need a little bit of work here and there. But the same shit with my vehicle. Like, my shit got, the odometer says 198,000 miles on it. But I know for a fact it's a newer engine in there. Or at least a better engine, because when I bought the shit, I already owned the vehicle when the engine was swapped out. Because I bought it used. It had a 3-month warranty on it. I drove that shit to fucking Virginia. That shit blew up. Like, blew the fuck up, yo. And in the first 3 months when I got that bitch. Yo, I called the motherfucking dealership. I'm like, bruh, y'all gotta do something. So they paid to have the car shipped from Virginia back to PA. They paid for that. And they put a new engine in it. Told me to come pick that shit up. That was 4 years ago. That was almost 5 years ago. 4 years? I had that car. I gotta look at the title. I had that shit like 4 years already. It's a fucking strong ass engine. Like I said, it just got some other little shit, like it may need some ball joints in the back. It got like a little wobble, like if you hit a bump too hard, the ass of that shit wobble a little bit. I don't really know what the fuck that is. But that ain't really bad. The fucking heat stopped working in that bitch. But my mechanic, he jerry-rigged my shit for me, so if I do a little maneuver, I can get heat in the truck. So it don't work, but it worked. And the engine light, that shit comes on and off. I don't know what the fuck that is, but there's nothing wrong with the engine. There's nothing wrong with the fucking transmission. It's just like, I'm pretty sure it's probably just a sensor or some shit, because that shit would come on for like a day, then it'd be off for a couple of days, and it'd come on for a little while, then go off. It's like, man, fuck that shit. As long as that shit don't drive no different. But hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna go look at a Lincoln. Yo, the MKT, yo. Shit hot. I'm gonna look at that Lincoln. I'm gonna look at somebody got a 2011 Ford Explorer, and then somebody else got a 2014 Chevy Traverse. But they said they had to put a rebuilt tranny in that shit. So I don't really know. And at the same time, like I said, I can really just keep my truck. Like I said, it need a little bit of work. I can put all the work into that bitch. It's a good truck. I can keep that truck for another 5 years or however long till that bitch really just fucking rock the fuck out. I just want something a little bit more newer or different. And like I said, I'm not no fucking real car guy. A lot of flashy shit. That shit don't. It never excited me with cars. Like I never was. Oh, I need a Mercedes on some 20-inch rims. Like fuck that. A car is a car. As long as that shit can get me where the fuck I want to go. I always had beater, hoop ride, auction, motherfucking used car lot cars anyway. But then at the same time, I've only had like I've only had like 6 or 7 cars in my whole life. Cause if you find a good used car, just take care of that bitch, yo. Fuck that. I be finding used cars, be keeping them shits for years, yo. Like the 2 cars I got now, the car I had before that was a piece of shit. I had a Oldsmobile Alero. I ain't like that shit. But before that, I had the Lincoln. Had the Lincoln LS. It was a 2003 Lincoln LS, the V8. Rocked that shit for years. For that, I had a Pontiac Grand Am. Had that shit for years, yo. Me and a Pontiac, that shit was a stick shift too. I used to work out in that shit. Art as it is. What up? Digital art videos. I don't know, bro. That's not my medium. I've done very little digital art. I turned down every fucking logo design, t-shirt design, all those commissions and shit. I turned all that shit down. I tell everybody like, oh, can you make a logo for me? No, go to somebody on the computer, man. I got brushes and paint and pencils and pads. If I draw up something for you, then you're gonna have to take that shit to somebody with a fucking computer. You might as well go to the computer dude first. Oh, let's do some t-shirt design. Go to the computer dude first, yo. You just gonna anything I do, that's where you're gonna go to next. Like you might as well just skip by me and let the computer dude do the whole fucking project. Yeah, my nose is gonna be stuffy. Like I said, I just cut that grass. That shit was full of fucking pollen. My shit's starting to close up already. That shit ain't even been an hour yet. Well, it's probably been about an hour now. But damn. I should have took some fucking Benadryl or something before I went out there. You on your second car? Well, you keep your shits way longer than me. I said I would have had some of my cars longer, man. One car I had somebody bang my shit, yo. Fucking, but I hadn't drove that shit from Philadelphia all the way to South Carolina and back by myself, yo. Yo, that shit, yo, I had a fucking little beast, yo. It was a Chevy too. Man, motherfucker smacked my fucking wheel, totaled that shit. And then the Lincoln I had, it was kind of like me and my ex at the time, yo. But the only thing, shit was in her name, yo. I was paying the payments, the insurance on that shit. Man, that shit was my fucking car. I just ain't had no fucking license. You know what I'm saying? Had that shit for a couple years. If I would have had that shit, that was a good ass fucking car. Still would have had that bitch, yo. I say, I got that Lincoln, and then a Alero I had got. I actually, where I got that shit from? I got that shit in Virginia, and that was like right before I moved up here to PA, yo. And I found a job up here, but I was living in Virginia. I was driving that fucking Alero from Virginia to Pennsylvania and back like every week, yo. I just drive up here on Sunday, work all week, and drive back home on Friday, back to Virginia. I did that shit for a couple months, yo. Blew that fucking engine up in that car. Yo, hauling ass up the goddamn highway, 95 north. The goddamn, yeah, the cars I've had now, I've had these cars for 5, and I had my Monte Carlo for about 6 years, 7 years, 6 years. That's like one of my other homies though. He said he had the same car for like 13 years and stuff, shit, yo. Dozy, what up, bro? Oh yeah, the Lex. And that's why I say I got pretty decent vehicles now. I don't really need to get rid of this one. I just kind of want to. I just want to. I don't know. Want something a little bit newer. I said if I had it like that, I'd get me a motherfucking a Tesla Cybertruck. Fuck that. 57,000. Let me get that. Hook the Tesla battery pack up in the garage so I can charge my shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Put some solar panels on the roof. Make this shit free. Drive around in my goddamn Cybertruck. Looking like goddamn Back to the Future. Art in the dark in this motherfucker. About it, boy. You getting the Porsche? What you getting? The Panamera? Or are you getting the fucking truck, the Porsche truck? You had the truck for 14 years, bro? That's because you probably brought your shit fresh off the goddamn lot. You probably got your vehicle fresh off the lot. Brand new. That shit ain't had 3 miles on it from the test lap. You know, my homeboy, he brought a new Jeep a couple years ago. He said he pulled that shit off the lot. That shit had 22 miles on it. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, that's all it had, 22 miles. I was like, damn. What kind of truck you drive, Art? You got a Tahoe? Need that Cybertruck, man. And I ain't even gonna try to smash my windows out neither. I'm gonna just leave everything as it is. I'm not gonna like even test that shit with some big ass steel balls. Bro, it's so hot in here you wouldn't even believe it, bro. I got motherfucking sweat rag in this shit. Oh, the Chevy SS? Yeah. That's the thing too, man. I really want to keep riding in the Chevy, honestly. The Chevys have been really good to me over the years. That's why I keep bragging about my 98, yo. I go out there and bust that bitch out right now. Drive that bitch to Florida if I want to. Swear to God. I know I can. Just gas up and haul that. Boom. That shit a 98. That bitch ain't even got 140,000 miles on it yet. It got like 138,000 miles on that bitch. And that's the thing, yo, like, and that's why I'd rather get a used car so I can just buy that shit. Like, here's the money, give me the car. I don't want to walk away without the title to this motherfucker. You ain't got the title, you own that thing. I need that. Just let me buy it, the whole thing right now. Yeah. We about to listen to some Atheist Experience. Oh man. It is, yo. The 4-door Porsche. Yo, my uncle hates that shit because he had a little Porsche. He had a little Porsche 911 back in the day or whatever. He's like, they're fucking sports cars. You don't need a Porsche truck. You don't need a 4-door Porsche sedan. It's stupid. It looks fucking stupid. It looks stupid. I'm like, that shit hot though. And he's like, I don't like them. A Porsche is a sports car. It's a two-door coupe. It's made for speed. It's supposed to be sleek, short, and light. I'm like, all right, whatever, yo. That motherfucker say he do not like that motherfucking the four-door jump. Stop hating, bro. Hating. Hating on the sedan. That's like when Lincoln did their pickup. I actually like the Lincoln pickup. But that shit ain't nothing but an F-150 with a Lincoln logo on the front. What the hell? Y'all can't fool me. Yo, Trippy, what up? I'm gonna keep it clean for it.
Their faith justified.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
So you got two sets of parents. One set of each set of parents has a child dying of leukemia. Both sets of parents pray to God to heal their child of leukemia. One child recovers, one child does not. Both sets of parents have faith that by praying to God wholeheartedly, that their child will recover. One child recovers, one child does not. Does the parents of the child who did not recover, was their faith justified?
זה שעם שלם הולך אחרי הוראת שעה. האם מנסים להסתיר מאיתנו משהו?
That prayer question is always a good one for me too. It's like, oh, we prayed, and like you said, my wife was healed from leukemia or breast cancer or thyroid cancer or whatever, you know, because we prayed to God and she was healed. But then at the same time, it's like, no amputee has ever grown a limb back. Like, wouldn't that be the same thing? Like, if your body is growing cells uncontrollably and you have this cancer that is going to literally tear your body apart, and you pray and it goes away, and you say that's God. Well, why couldn't somebody pray for their, not even a whole limb, just like, you know, some dude chopped off the tip of his finger by accident trying to make a picnic table or something, and he prays to God because he's a good Christian, and he prays for his finger to come back. But that shit don't never happen. I don't know why. Like, that would be like the ultimate proof, the fucking end all be all evidence of some miraculous miracle. That shit has never fucking happened, yo. But God to heal like shit we can't see, like cancers or tumors, things you really can't see with the naked eye, something that's inside the body, and then if the body heals itself and this thing goes away, then you're like, oh, that was God. But things that we can physically see, you can't never heal those. Tesla P100D. Hell no. I thought they was coming up with it was the S. I thought this year was supposed to be the S model, what they were all hyped up about. They're supposed to release the S model and start taking pre-orders for the Cybertrucks. But the P100D, To believe in what is unseen. This is true. So I guess praying for an appendage or a phalange to grow back just because you can see it means that your faith won't work on it. If it was unseen, and I got this migraine and I prayed to Jesus and my migraines went away. I can't tell that shit. How am I supposed to tell? Oh, you know what? I think I did see my home. Oh no, that was a different video. They were talking about the insane mode in the other Tesla model. But this is a whole different.
Spray wax now is a liquid wax and a spray detailer.
Okay, it won't let me skip the commercial. Really? You pay YouTube that much?
Next to me is a Lamborghini Aventador S, and that's owned by Yanni from Yanni Mars. So, Yanni, tell us what's going on here. So, Yanni, tell everybody what's going on here. I'm back with my Lamborghini Aventador S to race you in a Model S. I lost in my Urus against your Model X. Unbelievable! My Aventador beat the Model X. Damn it! It's definitely got me.
Yeah, the Model X. That's what I had seen.
So it's 1-1. And this is obviously going to be the decider. What engine and performance have you got out of your Lamborghini? 6.5 litre, 740 brake horsepower. 680 Newton meters. It's fast. So there's Model S P150, that's an electric motors. And combined they produce 680 horsepower. They also produce 967 Newton meters of torque. What is going to happen? Do you reckon I'm going to have you this time in Model S? I've driven that Model S and I was shocked. The G-force is unbelievable. Let's see who gets the better start. Now, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon to turn your notifications on so you're alerted when we're making an upload. Check us out on Instagram at CarWowCars, or my personal Instagram, which is at MattWatsonCars. And don't forget to check out Yanni's channel as well, Yanni Myers. Okay then, electric versus rotten dinosaurs.
Tesla makes no noise.
Oh my god, I missed the start! Come on, Tesla, come on. Oh, I missed the start! Come on! Oh, come on! No, he's getting on me now! Come on! Please! Even though I missed the start, I'm still putting up.
By a hair, though. That motherfucker won by like 1.1 seconds.
You can tell I'm not somebody to win that. I missed the start so badly. Wow, that was really cool.
So then, what exactly happened? Well, the Tesla got a great start, but it was picked at the post by the Lamborghini, which did the standing quarter mile in 10.7 seconds. Just 0.1 of a second ahead of the Model S.
Yeah, like I said, that shit was 1.1 second, bro. Barely.
I'm just annoyed. Even though I won, my launch has been on the money all day for the other races, and the one that I actually care about in my own car, I've missed it. You've got to give me another try with the rematch. Even though I won, it might make you a little bit fairer.
It wasn't looking like I was going to be able to do anything, let alone have a rematch, as the Model S started to throw a wobbly.
he on?
I just couldn't figure out what was wrong.
One of the wingman's doing it. That wingman's just lost the plot. What's going on? Come on, car.
I tried lots of different things to get the Tesla to work, but for some reason it kept saying unlock the car, even though it wasn't locked.
No idea what's going on with this. Come on.
Can't start the car because it says it's
Some things are working.
it's locked.
With no thanks to Yanni whatsoever, I had to break through.
Ludicrous. Oh, I'm not required. Hey, we're on! We're on! I'm not sure whether it's the car, whether it's me. It's just messing with me. Sorry about that, Yanni. The car's having a bit of a breakdown. Gathered its thoughts and it's all fine. Electrics, mate. That's the problem. Listen, you're in an Italian car. I mean, it's not going to be too long before that breaks. This is a Lambo, not a McLaren, yeah? You mean it's an Audi? Got an Audi key. Got an Audi center console, but it's got a ball on the bonnet. You got some ball coming out of your mouth as well. Okay, we're going to do a rolling race, but I think we need some parameters, Yanni, because at some point you're going to overtake me. There's no two ways about it. But what speed do we call it off at? 110 miles an hour. If you haven't passed me by the time I'm in 110, I win it, yeah? Okay, but I want to start second gear. Okay, second gear from 30 miles an hour. 35 miles an hour. No, 30, because I bet your power band is on 35. 30. And you have to pass me before I hit 110. Okay, cool. Get level with me. Get level. Get level. Get level. Come on. Don't shy. 3, 2, 1, go! I'm off. Right, can I get 90, 100, 110? Can you pass me? No. Yeah, Tesla. I mean, I see my speed, I hit 110. That's right, yeah, there's no point. I know you said up to 110. I reckon you'd have come past me around 125. But then, yeah, it's one each. Final test, all on the thing. Brake test from 70 miles an hour. If I don't beat this on brake test, I'll be very disappointed with the size of my brakes. I think you're right. Missing weight.
Corey, I'm talking about faith as a means to truth. I don't see how this is relevant.
If you like reading Liquid Deaths,
Can you demonstrate faith as a means to truth is more reliable than a coin toss? If you say not to me, I'm
How do
happy.
you want me to how do you want me to demonstrate it?
I'm asking you if you can. What an absolutely telling question. I'm asking you if you can demonstrate it, and you're asking me how to do it.
I'm claiming that it's a personal quest of truth through faith, not something that, oh, here's you some faith, here's you some faith. Like, I can't give faith to you.
I didn't ask you to give me faith. I asked you to demonstrate the reliability of the method that you're using. If I hold up a ruler and say I measured this and it's 3 inches, and you say, how do you know that that's 3 inches? I can show you the ruler, and I can show you that it works on everything else. I can show you that at least it's consistent. And if you say, hey, your ruler is wrong, that was printed incorrectly, here's the actual standard, and now we know that this is actually 4 inches. Cool, we've corrected something. This is the methodology by which we go about determining whether or not something is true. Can you demonstrate that faith is a reliable pathway to truth.
Well, for me to demonstrate that, I have to demonstrate that the belief
Just say
you
no.
gain through faith leads to the actual truth. So if you're asking, are you asking me, is the faith in God reliable in determining the truth that God exists?
Anything.
Zachary, you believe it.
Like
Explain why.
I can have faith that leaping from this high part or this high cliff to the next one would save me. I don't know it, and through jumping, through having the faith, I might actually make it, and so therefore I discover the truth through faith. That's a different context.
No.
Yeah.
You discover the truth by actual investigation. Faith convinced
Yeah,
you
you
that
can actually investigate God through faith.
you didn't know that it was
Investigate
true.
God through
You
faith.
didn't know that it was true until you put it to the test. It wasn't faith that led you to the truth. It is
Why
coincidence.
would I have
It is
faith?
coincidence
I mean,
that your faith was coincidentally connected to the truth.
Can you say the same for Christianity, that faith is coincidentally to discovering the truth of God?
Can I say the same for
How do
Christianity?
you know that?
I'm talking about an epistemological methodology and whether or not that leads you to truth. The discovery of the truth in your example was actually jumping from one thing to the other, not faith. It was putting it to the test. That is how we get to the truth, not faith.
I'm saying there are some truth claims in this world that you could not attain to if you did not have faith.
Like what?
Like what?
God. That's the only
For
thing.
example,
Example.
Jumping from one cliff to the next.
No.
You don't have to have any faith that you can make it. You just have to be willing to do it to find out.
That's it.
I don't know. For example, I genuinely don't know if I went out and stood at the back porch.
That's why motherfuckers
how
wear
far I
parachutes
could
if they
jump
jump out of a fucking
I
plane.
genuinely don't know. But I don't need faith that I'm going to make it 4 feet. If I'm going to make it, I put it to the test by actually doing the jump. And the truth is determined by the data, not by what my internal faith led me to. Maybe I can jump 4 feet. Maybe I can't jump 4 feet. The only way that we know what...
I have faith you can jump more than 4 feet.
I don't. The only way we can know what the truth is for me to actually do it, not the faith. Faith doesn't lead us to truth. It's not a methodology. It's the excuse people give when they don't have a good reason. Because somebody asks, why do you believe something? And you have good reasons, you give the good reasons. You don't ever say, I have faith.
Yeah, Zachary, in what other life do you say, in what other avenue?
Yeah, that's because people still emotional about the Arbery shooting from February, and that story didn't get a lot of news coverage, and I saw it in March, and when I saw it I was like, oh, this shit is from last month. And now people are really upset about that, and then this Floyd happens, and then the riots and all this other stuff. Now we got a Baltimore situation again, and yeah, so the mayor, the governor, motherfuckers got to bust a move to try to maintain civil ordinance to some degree, and then Trump's like, fuck all these motherfuckers, send the guards out there, and when they start looting, we start shooting. You know, so I mean, there is this really high tension right now, but being charged and being convicted is always two different things, Joe. It's so different. You know, motherfuckers say acquitted, you know, like in the Mike Brown case, like in the Sandra Bland case, like in every other case, acquitted. You know, so getting motherfucker locked up and charged He's been charged with murder. And then get that silver tongue fucking lawyer up in there, boy. That silver tongue lawyer. Motherfucker walk scot free. You know what I'm saying? We've been burning and rioting since the fucking 60s, man. Motherfuckers, niggas still don't feel respected here, yo, at all. And for the most part, we're not. And then every time some shit like this happens, everybody says the same thing. Oh, what about the black on black crime? And y'all don't ever care about each other. It's only when a white person kill y'all, that's when y'all get angry and want to burn shit down. And y'all just burning down the communities y'all live in. And I get that. But at the same time, these motherfuckers don't have any centralized leadership. And it's just pent up anger and aggression with almost no focal point. And this is what happens when you subjugate a section of your society to second-class citizens for decades on end, centuries on end. I mean, this is the type of response you're cultivating. Does it seem meaningless and pointless to a certain extent? But you know what I say? Burn the whole motherfucker down. Burn all that shit now. Fuck that shit. That's how y'all feel right now? Do it. Go burn that shit down. Burn down all the police stations. Burn down all the fucking foreign businesses in your communities. Go stand outside these motherfucking murderers' house. Make sure they can't get no food delivered. Do all that shit. If that shit was somewhere around here, I ain't gonna say I would be on the front lines, but I ain't gonna say I'd be sitting in the house either. And shit is, I don't know, man. I said this is so weird. You know, and how old is Black Lives Matter movement now? It's like, man, motherfuckers keep yelling this shit decade in and decade out. I am a man. Give us free. Goddamn power to the people. Goddamn equal rights. Black Lives Matter. I mean, how many different slogans we got to come up with? Alright, yeah, we keep trying to, keep it going. It's all the same shit, though. Motherfuckers still screaming the same shit. We just saying different. We just use a different slogan for it. And then when motherfuckers get on that Malcolm X by any means necessary, it's like, whoa, black folk. Y'all acting like animals. Well, you treat a motherfucker like an animal. I mean, come on, man. You feel like an animal in the cage. How the fuck you gonna act? Hey, animal in the cage. I mean, that's logical. Alright, I gotta get up out of here and start cooking dinner. Gotta cook some dinner. But that's I'm gonna let me play this real quick before I skate out of here. I think this little clip from the lecture is maybe 9 minutes long or something to that effect. The lecture in its entirety is a little bit longer than 3 hours. This clip here is almost 10 minutes.
Sometimes you have to start off in analyzing things in terms of why the question itself. Sometimes we get up, I see some of us on TV, we're so quick to try to answer the question. You don't question the question. You say, why are you asking? Difference answer going to make. And often the question implies options, depending on the answer. What would be the response if I were to call the Los Angeles disturbances instead of revolts? It's an important question there. And in a sense, we're asking and making this question because we understand implicitly that when one sees it as a riot, sees it as revolt, it implies different kinds of responses, different kinds of approaches. Because even though riot and revolt are not as cleanly delineated or defined as we would like to think, they do, and they overlap a great deal. They do also have some differences in implication that become important. Because often people see an essence, in its essence, a riot as being fundamentally irrational, fundamentally having little or no real rational purpose, an expression of rage, frenzy, as indicative of people who have lost self-control and self-direction, as indicative of some type of psychological contagion where people lose their ethical and moral values and are swept away by the emotions of the moment, or by rumor, or by agitators who happen to take advantage of their lack of self-control, and who become, for the moment perhaps, their egos.
The agitators.
And direct them in various.
So everybody saw the footage of that police officer smashing the fucking windows, dressed in black, all black with a black gas mask, and walking around carrying a black umbrella. And this white dude walks up to the protest and starts smashing out the windows first to incite. He's an agitator to incite the crowd. And once that shit gets started, it's like it's called mob psychology, where people, I don't know, humans in large groups, we're weird. We're still like, we're basic. We're animals. We're all animals. And when we get in big groups, like, the mob psychology changes for almost everybody, and we'll follow, for the most part, a large group will follow what the leader or the main leaders are doing. And so once that dude started busting out the fucking windows, everybody's like, fuck it, I might as well just get up in there now. He bust out the windows. The agitators.
Ways. They, often the word riot implies, to a certain degree, in certain circumstances, a shifting leadership or an absence of leadership, or what they might call plural leadership, where you have a number of thousands of people in groups that are just moving on their own, for their own reasons, except that the only thing they have in common is a will to destroy and to be violent. Revolt, even though a riot can be a form of revolt. But revolt sort of implies a renunciation of allegiance to authority, a refusal to go along anymore, whereas one went along in the past, as a statement about the legitimacy of authority. A revolt is a form of accusation that one lays against authority. It's a form of condemnation, accusing those in authority of breach of contract, a violation of the social contract, moving beyond an understood mandate. A revolt is an act of refusal. And it is not only, though, a form of negation where one refuses, but also in another way, an act of affirmation by the person who's refusing, or by the people who define authority. It means that they are often making a statement about themselves and about their humanity. And they're making statements about morality, about the fact that they perceive authorities as having engaged in immoral and unwarranted behavior. So in that regard, it becomes important to distinguish between the two, even though there is a question as whether these distinctions will make much of a difference after all. Because from the point of view of those in authority, the tendency will be to call a revolt a riot. Because you see, for the authorities to admit that it's a revolt, to a degree implies that they must begin to question the legitimacy of their authority. They must begin to examine whether they have actually breached a contract. They may be forced to give those that accuse them some credibility. And they may be forced to face the possibility that the revolt is justified on a number of bases. They may be forced to recognize that those in revolt are real human beings that have humanity. And they may then have to face the fact that they truly may be wrong and immoral in what they're doing. That's asking a lot of people who are in control of society. And you can see why then they almost irresistibly will define any protest, legitimate or otherwise, in terms of riotous behavior. Because one of the things that the authorities tend to do, of course, is to defend their own collective egos. We talked about anybody to justify their own behavior, to try to maintain their own sense of superiority. They defend themselves against the possibility that if they admit even a bit that they are wrong or that their behavior is immoral, that the foundations on which their domination is built may begin to crumble. So consequently then, from the authoritarian point of view, it becomes more advantageous for them to define our behavior, no matter how legitimate, no matter how much the accusation of our, no matter how much our behavior is justified by circumstances, to call that behavior riotous. Because it helps them to maintain their own self-image. And so in the light of this, a long debate in terms of riot or revolt, from our point of view, is probably not worth the energy. Because those that run the society will insist on seeing it as riotous anyway. Perhaps we need to convince some of us of the fact that we're not talking about riotous behavior. But from the point of view of those that run the society, it is pointless. As long as we are sure that our behavior represents a statement about our condition and about our humanity, then that is all we need to push forward.
This in so many different ways, but as early as January, we were helping, providing guidance.
Riot or revolt? They always say, oh, they out there rioting, they rioting. Is it a riot? Really? Is it really a riot or is it a revolt? Watch the language. They get you with the language every time. They say motherfuckers don't even ever think to consider calling any of this shit a revolt. Never. That shit don't even cross a motherfucking mind. Everything is a riot all the time. Oh, they're rioting, they're rioting, they're rioting, they're rioting. Are you sure it's a riot? Or that's just how you want to label it? I look at it as a revolt. That rain kind of helped cool it off outside. Look. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child. Things will get brighter. Oh, oh. Looking good, looking good. Almost done, Puff. Almost done, bro. Probably tomorrow I'll be able to finish her arm and work on her hospital band, so I can put her name and her birthday on there. Then I have to sit back and look at it for a day and see what else I need to do to it before I feel comfortable enough for you to see it in person. That shit looking good right now, boy. I'm feeling quite pleased with myself. Y'all know I always appreciate y'all kicking it in the studio with me. Catch y'all next time. Peace.